Upon my first read-through of A Game of Thrones, I thought that Mary Mazdua's words to Dany regarding Khal Drogo's return were more taunts than prophecy, as in, he will be as he was, when hell freezes over, or at the very least, it is one of those prophecies that never comes to pass, like Rhaego being the stallion that will mount the world. But the fact that Dany recites the words in her final chapter of A Dance with Dragons made me think that there might be something more to it. At least some of the prophecy seems to have come true, albeit in abstract ways. For example, Quentyn Martell, the sun, has risen in the west and set, died, in the east. The sea, as in the Gulf of Grief, has become dry, as in the Dothraki Sea, from Dany's perspective, and her womb seems to have quickened, either she had her period or had a stillbirth. The living child obviously has not come to pass, unless you count the dragons as her children. The only thing I can't explain is the mountains blowing in the wind like leaves. It could be a reference to the resurrected body of Gregor Clegane. Perhaps he will be killed in Cersei's trial by combat and disintegrate. This may have already occurred by the end of Dany's last chapter, since timelines are not always concurrent. In the end, however, I highly doubt Khal Drogo will return to Dany. What the prophecy could infer is what comes to pass at the end of A Dance with Dragons. That is, that her dragon Drogon returns to her in her time of need. Like other characters, such as Mormont and his raven, Jon and his direwolf, Rhaenys and her cat, it has even been suggested that part of Drogo lives in Drogon. The fact that Drogon is now towering over a Dothraki horde lends some credence to the idea that, quote, he will be as he once was. If the Dothraki pledge their strength to Dany and her dragon, they will be in a very similar position to what they were in Book 1, and as Quaithe keeps saying, to go forward you must go back. Dany may even return to Vaes Dothrak, walk upon the Mother of Mountains, and have the crones declare Drogon is the stallion who will mount the world, thus closing the circle.